despite the fact that we've represented Ben Gethi for a very short period of time, less than 3 months, we are yet to ask him to pay legal fees. And we were not paid a single, even a dime. And I remember saying in that clip that you played, when I spoke in tort, that she never, ever paid a single cent to Ben Gethi or Josephine Kabura, never paid a single cent. But NY Guru was allowed in Public Accounts Committee to run away with it. No receipt was provided, no payment transactions were provided, and so forth. What happens after that? They run around to my other clients now. They go, searching in the law firm to say, could there be another person who could have done anything that we can be able to fix? They go to Out of the Box. Out of the Box never did contracts with the law firm. Never did contracts with NYS. Number two, they never paid our law firm legal fees. People must distinguish between when a law firm is handling resources on behalf of a client. And Out of the Box, let's start from the zero. Out of the Box Incorporation or Company Limited never dealt with any single NYS money. They won a different contract, which was in the Ministry of Planning, or the Department of Planning in the Ministry of Devolution and Planning. And so people were smelling around to see if we were paid. The money that was wired, 15 million to our account, was not wired to the law firm account. It was wired to client's account. And Kenyans need to differentiate between law firm getting money and holding clients' money. And that money, and I want to say this here,
but maybe take you back a bit, because we want to understand and deal with Esther and the perception that people have. The 15 million that you've talked about, was it wired from the Devolution Ministry or from Out of the Box?
No, from Out of the Box.
So if you're holding money for Out of the Box, why would they wire the money to you?
Because you didn't allow me to conclude. Okay, so I was saying that when a client pays money to an account, remember, in the first place, when the client sent the money and said, I want to buy property, they cannot say, they can't come to you. And by the way, I'm sorry, as lawyers, we are not even allowed to discuss our clients' issues. But on this one, I asked the directors of Out of the Box that because of the public interest, allow me to make this thing clear, that Out of the Box, having been paid their money, and I did not know at that point, and the law firm did not know at that point in time where they got the money from, put resources in the account to say we buy a property. And they bought the property and they have their title and they presented it in Public Accounts Committee. Why are people coming now to say, because that law firm acted for this client who was not even working with NYS, no money was wired from NYS to our account, no money was wired from Ministry to our accounts? And I have asked this question, and I want to ask again and again. When you go to a butchery, you don't ask the butcher doesn't ask you, where did you get the money to buy the meat? If you go to a shop, the teller doesn't ask you, where did you get the money to buy the resources? When NY Guru went to see a doctor, the doctor never asked her, the medical fees you are paying me from where? When someone goes to a lawyer, the lawyer doesn't ask them, where did you get these resources? The same way, Mr. Gitonga and I keep emphasizing, Standard Media Group, Nation Media Group, and many other media houses did so many advertisements for NYS, for Ministry of Devolution. Did this company ask where these resources came from? Did they ask why the ministry is paying for the advertisement? Am I now going to blame you, Mr. Gitonga, like I asked one of your colleagues in other media house, am I going to blame you that your salary was paid from NYS? Let us be honest as a nation.
What is your point with that?
My point in that particular situation is that Out of the Box Incorporation, which never did work in NYS, brings its resources to say they want to buy a property, deposits it in a client's account, the money is wired to another client's account for the seller, the property is bought, the title deed is there, it's delivered in Public Accounts Committee, and then now there's a mantra and discussion in public that we were paid 15 million when our law firm never received any legal fees.
So, are you saying that you would not face Public Accounts Committee if they needed to call you? The question that we had asked this morning is whether people think...
Actually, people have asked, and let's put it clear. Why is Murkomen defending himself on TV, in public rallies? Why can't he just